We notice very quickly that these habits that we set out to have them form our lives, we're not doing them. And I think it's because we haven't anchored them to something deep. And then we looked in Acts chapter 2, and we looked at how these believers put certain things into practice in their lives. Acts chapter 2, verse 42 says, "And they devoted themselves to the apostles' teaching and to fellowship, to the breaking of bread and the prayers." They devoted themselves to these practices. They devoted themselves to listening to the teaching of the apostles. And what was the teaching of the apostles? The teaching of Jesus, right? They were just passing down these teachings from Jesus. And so the words of Christ, they are devoting themselves to learning these things. And not just learning these things, but probably putting these things into practice, right? Because it's not good enough just for us to read this book and say, I know what it says, right? What's required of us? Not just to know what it says, but to do what it says, right? To follow it, to not only believe it, but to do it. And so they devote themselves to the apostles' teaching. They devote themselves to prayer.